2024 in Tallahassee, Florida, when a police was in pursuit of a vehicle linked to an armed carjacking. The call comes in fast. A stolen car bearing Florida tag taken at gunpoint from Palm Beach Street. Multiple units are already chasing northbound on Capitol Circle, speeds climbing past 100 miles per hour. As the suspect blasts through intersections, weaving through traffic and forcing cars off the road, one trooper races to join the pursuit, ready to take lead.
Copy my engine mileage for gets too busy. Go ahead, 375.
The suspect's white car rockets down the narrow roadway, every turn tighter, every risk higher. Crossing into Gadsden County, the trooper makes his move, attempting a pit, but the driver swerves left, nearly ramming his patrol unit. Oncoming traffic forces him to back off. Moments later, the suspect tries to turn onto Concord Bainbridge Road, and that's when the trooper strikes.
North of 27 yet?
Officers rush in with guns drawn, pulling out the suspects. The driver, Devin Yerger, and his passenger, Delisa Morgan. Both are placed in handcuffs and taken into custody without further incident. Inside the wrecked vehicle, officers find a firearm on the driver's side floorboard, the same weapon believed to have been used in the earlier carjacking. Paramedics check the suspects at the scene, but neither needs hospital care. Both are handed over to the Tallahassee Police Department for booking. What began as a violent carjacking in Leon County ended just across the border in Gadsden with a crashed vehicle, 2 arrests, and a gun off the street. July 5th, 2021 in Savannah, Georgia. What began as a Savannah police request for help quickly escalated into one of the more dangerous pursuits in Chatham County. Troopers were alerted to a stolen silver Dodge Ram traveling westbound on Little Neck Road with Savannah police in tow. After confirming the truck was indeed stolen, a Georgia state trooper joined the pursuit, moving past SPD units as the suspect weaved recklessly into oncoming lanes, forcing one driver off the road to avoid a head-on collision.
Getting on 16. Couldn't try to pit. 16 east. We occupied 2 times.
The blue lights and sirens only pushed the driver to go faster. The Ram accelerated onto the I-16 eastbound on-ramp, barreling down the center lanes at high speed, swerving across traffic. With construction zones ahead and the suspect showing no regard for safety, the trooper knew a pit would be necessary.
The pit was unsuccessful. Coming up on the 155, he's all over the road, trying to set up the pit again. fit a second time, I said. We can try to fit a third time, fix the second one. Roll over. Ground. Get on the ground. Everybody, get out the Get out! Get out the car! Get out! Get out the hands up!
The driver, later identified as 32-year-old Quadramel Williams, climbed out and lay on the ground, while two female passengers remained trapped until troopers conducted a felony stop and pulled them to safety. Moments later, smoke and flames began shooting from the truck's engine compartment. The women were moved to safety and evaluated by EMS before being transported to Memorial Health Hospital. Williams, appearing impaired with bloodshot eyes, refused to answer questions about drug or alcohol use. He also refused a state blood test after being read the Georgia Implied Consent Notice. Meanwhile, the Ram was fully engulfed in flames before being extinguished. Williams was transported for medical clearance and then booked into the Chatham County Jail, and his charges included felony fleeing and attempting to elude, possession of stolen vehicle DUI, numerous traffic violations including reckless driving and failure to maintain lane. Littleton, Colorado. On September 4th, 2024, deputies with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of a burglary in progress at a salvage yard located in the 8300 block of Blakeland Drive. As deputies set up a perimeter around the scene, the suspect, 29-year-old Brenton Zeiler of Aurora, allegedly rammed a deputy's patrol car in an attempt to escape.
Yeah, let's go.
5832 exiting Bellevue.
Exiting Bellevue, 305.
5 David 32, they just lost the trailer. It is blocking the exit.
It was later determined that Zeiler was driving a stolen Toyota Tundra. Deputies initiated a pursuit during which the suspect allegedly fired shots at both the deputies and Englewood police officers who had joined the chase.
Speeds of 83, still riding on the wheel.
Speeds of 83, you're riding on the wheel, 309.
Do you want to get your car up here?
David 32, east of Fairfax, speeds of 70.
East of Fairfax, speeds of 70.
David 32, speeds of 70.
You got something up there? We're working on right on security. The car pushed out, I think, south, but they're clearly locked us up.
The suspect crashed near Village Greens Park in Greenwood Village and was taken into custody without further incident. One deputy was evaluated at the hospital after his patrol car was rammed, but has been released and is expected to make a full recovery. The suspect now faces charges of attempted first-degree murder of a peace officer, motor vehicle theft, reckless endangerment, vehicular assault, resisting arrest, obstructing a peace officer, vehicular eluding, second-degree burglary, and criminal mischief. The search for two possible accomplices continues. Charger from Arkansas had managed to escape 7 times from Arkansas state troopers, earning a reputation across the country as the undefeated Dodge Charger. But in those 7 pursuits, one name was missing. That's Trooper Jacob Bird. This time, Bird knew exactly who he was dealing with, and from the moment the chase began, he locked in trying to stop this undefeated suspect.
Right now. 32, I'm on speed about 120, line traffic. Speed 120, line traffic.
The suspect pushed the Charger to 150 miles per hour, but Trooper Bird was right behind him, never letting him out of his sight for a second.
Victor Lincoln Adam, Union Lincoln Truck.
They just split on the 9th Street. I'm taking the car down 30 eastbound.
Staying with the Charger, 30 eastbound. 37 was not green also. 10 car, 37. I'm with you now, if you can get right there. Eastbound coming up to the river bridge. And the left lane, 97 miles an hour. Left lane, 97 miles an hour. River bridge. Going up to the river bridge. Back left lane, 127.
As the suspect started driving even faster, it looked like he might outrun Trooper Bird. But then he took an exit and had to slow down near an intersection, and that one mistake was all Bird needed.
7. Side. Take the first side. Head. Head.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put it in park! Put the car in park! Roll your window down! Roll your window down! Put the car in park! Okay. Turn the car off. Okay. Put your hands up! My hands up! Stop! My hands up! Stop! My hands up! Be quiet! Okay. Be quiet! Okay. Okay. Keep them. Keep your hands on the roof, back passenger. You hear me? Is there a guy behind you also?
No.
There's only 3. You keep your hands up.
37, that wasn't this information. That's it.
Get out of the car. Let's go. Come on. Slide out.
And now, the Charger is finally defeated. Trooper Bird managed to stop the suspect, arrest him, and take him into custody. Considering his history of escaping in previous chases, there's a good chance he won't be getting out of jail anytime soon. On April 25th, 2021, Troop B contacted Troop C Communications regarding a stolen Isuzu NPR landscape truck being tracked in the metro area. Trooper Miles, Trooper Hun, and another trooper located the vehicle traveling southbound on I-75/85 near Fulton Street. The trooper activated emergency equipment and attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver fled, initiating a pursuit. The trooper immediately notified Troop C Communications of the situation.
Coming up on University, half a mile from University. Half a mile from University. Lane to lane correctly.
The troopers found themselves in a difficult situation. Pursuing a truck is much more challenging than chasing a car. They couldn't execute a pit maneuver without risking significant damage to innocent drivers. With no other option, the troopers had to follow the truck closely and wait for the right opportunity to bring the pursuit to a safe end.
Still 75 south, coming up to the 75-85 split here. Look like it's going to say 75. Clear 75 south, up to the 75 split, and 75. Black mask on. Black mask, black hat backwards, black shirt sleeve. Let me get a good look on him. Black male, he's got a white hat on backwards. He's got a black mask around his face and his neck. And he's got a short sleeve, black looking tight polo on.
The trooper attempted to box the truck in, but it didn't work. Now, the trooper is carefully waiting for the right opportunity to execute a pit maneuver without endangering innocent drivers.
No, I'm gonna see if I can get him to go. I'm gonna see if I can get him to go.
Stand by, 797, look at the pit, go ahead. Stand by, 797, look at the pit, go ahead. Central pit, the central pit, the central pit rollover, stand by, that's central.
After the trooper executed a successful pit maneuver, the truck crashed into a wall and rolled over. The suspect was trapped inside, so the troopers had to break the windshield to pull him out. Once they did, the suspect was arrested and taken into custody. Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think the troopers could have handled this situation any better? Or did they manage the chase perfectly under the circumstances? On July 25th, 2023 in Dallas, Texas, it's just after 11 a.m. when Dallas police spot a stolen U-Haul truck. Behind the wheel is 41-year-old Ryan Taylor, a man about to turn a quiet surveillance operation into absolute chaos. When officers move in, Taylor throws the truck in reverse, slamming into a covert police vehicle and shoving it into a fire hydrant, and the chase is on.
10-4, he rammed a covert vehicle. Highway on D&T. We're still southbound on Dallas North Tollway. We're coming up to the Mockingbird exit.
As the chase progressed, Taylor races through Dallas neighborhoods and onto the North Tollway, refusing to stop and intentionally smashing into at least 13 vehicles along the way. He speeds through intersections, bounces off medians, and shows zero regard for anyone on the road.
You can get me that plate so I can put the registration info on there.
I don't have. Just took the Wycliffe exit. Don't be stupid. Oh my God!
Wrecked out, just wrecked out. Hit one vehicle. Let's get somebody to check him out.
The stolen U-Haul slams into the center median and crashes into a tree on Lemon Avenue. But even then, Taylor isn't done. He bails out, sprinting toward an open hangar.
Tell the police! Please stop! Shut fire! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Crawl out here! Do not move!
All right, here we go. Ready?
I got point.
As Officer Kenan Craven returns fire, he struck Taylor in the leg and bringing the chaos to an end. Taylor is taken into custody and later hospitalized. The handgun recovered at the scene. He now faces multiple felony charges, including aggravated assault of a public servant and evading arrest. No officers or civilians were hurt, a small miracle after 13 minutes of pure destruction through the streets of Dallas. November 10th, 2022, Covington Police and the Newton County Sheriff's Office were searching for a missing person near Stevenson Road. But what they found instead was something else entirely. A man driving a Honda Accord suddenly backed away from the crime scene area and took off. Right as officers moved in, that driver was later identified as Jesse Hardiman, and what followed was a high-speed chase with a whole lot more at stake than just traffic violations.
Ich helfe einer anderen Gerichtsbarkeit bei der 1080. Der Verkehr wird etwas dichter. Wie hoch sind Ihre Gebühren?
Sie haben noch keine Auskunft gegeben.
Piggy Bridge Road. Bin gerade die Picking Bridge Road runtergefahren. Pick Bridge Road. Bitte finde heraus, wo Ihre Ladungsträger sind.
First, let's clear something up. If you're wondering about the voice in the background, that was a GPS speaking German. Whether the officer was German or just preferred the language, we don't know. What we do know is this. The suspect veered off-road trying to escape through open terrain, but deputies were already closing in from every direction. They were trying to end this the right way, but if that didn't work, we all know what comes next.
20 Rot am Bordstein. Fahrzeug. Drehen und drehen, drehen und drehen, ganz runter. Hitze. Hitze.
Hardiman was taken into custody but refused to say a word. A search of the car revealed what troopers feared. Multiple loaded guns, some with extended mags, stolen plates, no insurance, and a suspended license. Hardiman was a convicted felon with active warrants and a long criminal history, including burglary, assault, and fleeing. He was sentenced to 40 years, 13 of them to be served behind bars. What started as a missing person investigation ended with a felon, a car full of guns, and a chase that nearly turned deadly. On Friday, April 26, 2024, Craighead County Sheriff's deputies received information about a stolen Jeep Cherokee from Jonesboro, heading northbound on Highway 63 towards Sedgwick in Lawrence County. Deputies were informed that a white man with white hair would be driving the Jeep. Deputies observed a vehicle matching the stolen vehicle's description with a white male driver. After running the Tennessee tags, which came back as fictitious, deputies attempted a traffic stop. After failing to stop, the pursuit began with multiple patrol cars involved. The suspect then took things to another level, making this chase something you definitely don't see every day. After driving through the woods, the suspect re-emerged onto the road and the chase continued, with even more patrol cars joining in the pursuit. One deputy decided to make a left turn as the suspect had stopped and began fleeing through residential areas. A deputy in a nearby patrol truck also took off after him, but neither was aware that another deputy was approaching from behind. The two deputies ended up colliding, causing an accident, but the pursuit of the suspect continued regardless. Deputies quickly caught and detained the suspect. During the arrest, Huff claimed his name was Butch Stevens from Kentucky, but his true identity was revealed after being fingerprinted in the automated fingerprint identification system. During a search of the Jeep, deputies discovered a glass pipe with residue believed to be methamphetamine, a plastic bag containing 0.5 grams of methamphetamine, and 4 pills suspected to be hydrocodone. On Monday, April 29th, Craighead County District Judge Tommy Fowler found probable cause to charge 52-year-old Edward Gene Huff with the following: fleeing, possession of a Schedule I or the SAO-controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, theft by receiving greater than $25,000, obstructing governmental operations, fictitious vehicle license, resisting arrest. Huff is being held in the Craighead County Detention Center on a $100,000 cash surety bond. He's also wanted in Tennessee and Maryland on multiple felony warrants. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper observed a black Cadillac speeding northbound on I-95 at 80 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. As the trooper followed, a large piece of the Cadillac's bumper flew off, striking the front of the patrol car. Activating lights and sirens, the trooper signaled the driver to stop, but instead the driver accelerated, sparking a high-speed pursuit. The suspect signaled as if to pull over, pointing out the window, but instead hit the gas, speeding off and weaving through traffic at high speeds. The suspect vehicle then exited northbound onto US 441, veering into the right turn lane. Moments later, it intentionally collided with the rear of a silver Toyota Corolla. The trooper attempted another pit maneuver, making contact with the suspect vehicle, but it was unsuccessful. The suspect continued fleeing northbound on 27th Avenue. The suspect continued fleeing north on 27th Avenue and turned into the entrance of the Broward Bat, where troopers conducted a felony stop. Despite multiple commands to exit the vehicle, the driver remained inside and then intentionally put the vehicle in reverse, crashing into the trooper's patrol car. The woman eventually exited the vehicle and was arrested. Troopers took her into custody without further incident. On August 1st, 2021, Trooper Youngblood was patrolling Moreland Avenue near I-20 when he received a license plate reader alert for a black Jeep SUV with a suspended registration. The tag was registered to a 2010 Hyundai Sonata. After confirming the information, Trooper Youngblood followed the vehicle, which was heading eastbound on I-20. The driver, identified as Derek Alexander, failed to stop and exited I-20 at Glenwood Avenue, initiating a pursuit. Alexander drove recklessly, making an improper left turn, speeding excessively, and driving on the wrong side of the road.
Still driving from home, 1080, 1080, north on Glenwood. Northbound Glenwood. Left on Wilkinson. Left turn on Wilkinson, back on Memorial. Left turn on Wilkinson, back on Memorial.
The driver was reckless from the start of the pursuit. As he entered a residential area, he continued his dangerous maneuvers, showing no regard for the safety of others. It was clear that the fleeing driver was highly skilled. Every time the trooper got closer, the driver would repeatedly brake check, preventing the trooper from executing the pit maneuver.
I had hit the tip, but he recovered. Right on Kirkwood, back towards Hosea. Right on Hosea. Left on Orange. Okay, go on, hold it.
After weaving through city streets, the driver entered the highway and then took the first exit. That's when the situation took an unexpected turn for the fleeing driver. The driver came to a stop at a traffic light after taking the exit. He was arrested along with the passenger, and both were taken into custody without further incident. On March 20th, 2023, Columbus police officers were alerted to a stolen vehicle in the area. After a quick search, they spotted a car matching the description. When officers activated their emergency lights and sirens, the driver refused to pull over, kicking off a pursuit. During the chase, officers discovered the driver was not just in a stolen vehicle, but was also a wanted felon. Things were about to get intense.
Okay, what about an option like you get back there just to go put up ideas? And she's going to take Copy. They said they went 33 back westbound. They told me this direction. I thought they said James.
Northbound James at Lanefield. We're going to go eastbound Lanefield from James.
Eastbound Lanefield from James.
Southbound Quigley.
The suspect sped through several red lights, coming dangerously close to causing multiple collisions. With the situation escalating, the officer quickly requested additional units to assist in stopping this wanted felon. But with reckless driving like this, bringing the pursuit to a safe conclusion was shaping up to be no easy task.
Yeah, they're aware. Northbound, we're now. That's going to be ahead. Parking 5 cruiser and one county car. I got that. Does everybody have 2 radios or
Westbound on 670. I just missed a pit.
Pursuit presented a perfect opportunity for officers to execute a pit maneuver, but the attempt was unsuccessful. The suspect managed to regain control and continued driving recklessly on Interstate 670. After a few intense minutes, the suspect veered off the highway, taking an exit with officers hot on his trail.
He took 71 northbound, he's getting off of 5th. Westbound 5th. Eastbound Broad, Parkview.
Southbound Dawson, southbound Dawson.
Hey, there's a silver Dodge truck leaving.
Gonna go eastbound on Fair, eastbound on Fair.
Copy, Rocky. I'm trying to get down there in case this is just
Southbound on Dawson, southbound on Dawson.
Eastbound Fair.
1013 confirmed. At this point, no more than 5 cars active in the pursuit.
The chase raged on for another 10 minutes, with the suspect managing to create some distance from the pursuing officer. However, the officer kept him in sight, determined not to let him slip away. As the suspect approached an intersection at dangerously high speed, the officer suddenly spotted a massive cloud of smoke, billowing in the distance. In that moment, he knew exactly what had happened.
Southbound County 270. He just 5 Kelvin south of Newberry, so he...
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up!
Okay, they got a pole down, they got wires down.
Keep your hands up!
If there's only one in the vehicle, it's the driver. There's one out, he's on the ground.
Watch these wires.
The suspect's reckless actions came to an abrupt end when he collided with another vehicle at the intersection, and after the initial impact, he struck yet another car. Officers managed to arrest the suspect, but at what cost? This entire situation could have been handled better to avoid such extensive damage. Fortunately, the driver involved in the crash escaped with only minor injuries. Now, here's the big question. What do you think should be the right punishment for this suspect? 25, in Zellwood, Florida, what started as a routine traffic stop on a white Genesis G70 spiraled into a dangerous pursuit. The driver, later identified as 35-year-old Sidney Paul Hayes, wasn't just speeding. He was carrying a whole lot more trouble than a suspended license. At first, it looked like Hayes was going to comply, pulling into a Circle K parking lot, but with one sudden move, he floored it back onto US 441. The Genesis weaved between cars, splitting lanes at nearly 90 miles per hour in a 35 zone. As the pursuit ensued, Hayes struck 4 mailboxes while making a hard left onto Poncan Road, damaging his own wheel but refusing to slow down. He ran stop signs, drove the wrong way into oncoming lanes, and pushed his luck with every reckless move. trooper lines up ready to end it, but the suspect slams the brakes, jukes across the road, and whips a U-turn. Just like that, he's back in the wind. For a second, it looked like the chase was over. But one thing's for sure, this trooper isn't letting him get away that easy.
Whether it's 49 and they're...
Put your hands up. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Hayes opened his door and tossed out a brown backpack before stepping out with his hands raised. Inside the bag, exactly what you'd expect from someone this desperate to escape. Multiple large bags of marijuana, cocaine, pills, and scales used for packaging and resale. A quick search also revealed nearly $3,000 in cash stuffed on him, alongside an assortment of narcotics and paraphernalia. Sidney Paul Hayes was booked into the Orange County Jail on a long list of charges, including felony fleeing, trafficking cocaine, possession with intent to sell, and destruction of evidence, and more. On September 9, 2023, Arkansas state troopers were notified about a stolen vehicle. After searching for the vehicle, a trooper located a car that matched the description at a set of traffic lights.
14, where you at?
The trooper, positioned behind the stolen vehicle, activated emergency lights and sirens as soon as the light turned green. When the suspect turned southbound, they accelerated, initiating a pursuit.
Southbound on Rockwood, passing Walmart. Speed 40.
We're in pursuit going to 533.
Southbound on Rockwood, speed 52, light traffic. 20 is primary, 50 secondary. 1420, I'm going to hold back. Stay close. I'm not in pursuit. Southbound Rockwood, speed 97, light traffic.
The suspect began driving at a high rate of speed, aggressively passing other vehicles, showing complete disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road. One trooper deployed spike strips, and as the suspect attempted to avoid them, he lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a ditch. The force of the crash ejected the suspect from the vehicle.
Hands behind your back! I'm hurt. I'm hurt bad. Run! I'm sorry, man. Anybody else in the car? No, sir. What the hell is your problem? Face down! Man. Face down! What did I even do? Driving a stolen vehicle. Why are you running? Stolen? Why are you running then? It's not stolen. Why are you running then? What kind of idiot runs from the police if they're not doing anything wrong? Because I've got a warrant in Placer County. God damn it, man. Got an ambulance coming for you. Where are you hurting at? In my head, my face, my head.
The suspect tried to play dumb when officers asked why he fled in a stolen vehicle. However, he was arrested and taken into custody, bringing this wild chase to an end. 2024, Trooper Tiller was stationary near the 24-mile marker when a white Dodge Charger came flying by, well over the speed limit. When Tiller lit up the sirens and tried to close the gap, the driver made one thing clear: he had no intention of stopping. What followed was a reckless, high-speed pursuit down Interstate 49.
Hey, Louisiana 670 George John Ida, show me 1037. You got a return on that 28?
The Charger weaved across all lanes at 130 miles per hour, swerving wildly to block any chance of a pit. The interstate was wide open. Trooper Tiller had the perfect setup to end it, but this driver wasn't going down easy.
Yeah. I'll move them here on the curve.
1038 up to 13. Back on the road, 49.
225, it should be a 2013 Dodge Charger.
Still southbound, get back on a 49. Come on.
If he slows down, man, I don't ring a PVI.
Back northbound.
For the next 3 minutes, it was a battle of nerves and positioning. Finally, the trooper went for a pit at high speed, but the outcome is not what you'd expect.
He's still southbound, not 1038. He's still southbound, passing the 1 now.
It seemed like the suspect was always one move ahead. Trooper Tiller's final pit attempt sent his cruiser into the median and across the opposite lanes, disabling the vehicle. Hours later, deep into Louisiana, multiple Arkansas state troopers joined the hunt. The suspect crashed out in Rodessa. 2 were taken into custody: Xavier Javuan Wright and a female passenger. Witness statements, ID confirmation, and 1 relentless pursuit sealed the case. Wright faces a long list of charges, including felony fleeing, aggravated assault, and battery on law enforcement. 25. Arkansas State Trooper Ethan was on routine patrol when a blue Mustang caught his attention. The driver couldn't maintain his lane, so the trooper decided to follow and observe. Without lights or sirens, he stayed behind, but the driver clearly noticed. Moments later, after taking an exit and stopping at a red light, the Mustang suddenly hit the gas, and just like that, a simple observation turned into a full-blown pursuit.
road.
The trooper quickly closed the distance. As the suspect made a sharp left turn and the road ahead cleared, Trooper Ethan shifted gears, this time not giving the suspect a single second to breathe. The chase was on, and the trooper was ready to end it fast.
What's your speed?
68, 1 got. East of 46. Has some Russell.
After Russell.
This one's going off the left, together.
Passing Cotton.
Passing Cotton.
North on right up.
Approaching ground cross.
With narrow county roads and barely any room to maneuver, the trooper had a hard time setting up for a pit. Every time he got close, the suspect slammed on the brakes, trying to force him back. There was no space to get around, but Trooper Ethan wasn't giving up. He stayed patient, waiting for the perfect second to strike.
Passing Alpha.
We are east of E, 2nd Street. West off Brantley Ave. East, I'm sorry.
East on Brantley Avenue.
Back on Jameson. Stepping out on ramp top.
Jumped out on Alpha.
Crashed out on Round Top and Bradley.
After multiple pit maneuvers, the suspect finally made his own mistake, losing control and crashing off the road. But instead of surrendering, he jumped out and took off on foot. The trooper wasn't far behind. After a short chase, the suspect was caught and taken into custody, facing a long list of charges. Another pursuit over, and another reminder that running from the Arkansas State Police never ends well. While assisting the FBI on April 2, 2024, a trooper bird spotted a black pickup speeding, going 45 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone on McCain Boulevard. When the driver left a Walgreens parking lot and refused to stop for the traffic violation, the chase was on, and the truck took off at high speed.
Take off. 46 going.
As the pursuit escalated, Trooper Bird and Trooper Van Schoik worked in tandem, putting pressure on the suspect from both sides, until the driver made a critical mistake that changed everything. The suspect, Lynn Tolliver, lost a tire while attempting a sharp turn and came to a stop on Greenway Drive. He surrendered immediately without further incident, but not before the runaway tire crashed through a nearby resident's fence. Inside the vehicle, officers found marijuana behind the driver's seat. Tolliver now faces charges of felony fleeing, criminal mischief, and speeding. On February 21st, 2021, a Georgia state trooper was wrapping up a traffic stop in Henry County. Two motorcyclists unexpectedly pulled in behind the patrol car, claiming they were being followed by a gray SUV that had been tailing them since a gas station in Alpharetta. As the trooper listened to their story, the very SUV they described suddenly pulled in front of the vehicle previously stopped, then reversed down the interstate's slow lane toward the trooper. The driver, later identified as Tanya Dominic Higgins from Kentucky, was instructed to pull over. The trooper immediately alerted dispatch and followed, activating his sirens in an effort to get her to stop.
702 George Edward, Kentucky. 702 George Edward. Hey!
The woman quickly got back into her car and fled the stop, ignoring the trooper's commands. What started as a strange encounter quickly escalated into an active pursuit down the interstate.
Stop here, 215 south. Drove on the shoulder. Whip her hand up. On the left shoulder, coming up on the tooth.
The woman behind the wheel was all over the road, swerving between lanes, randomly slowing down, then accelerating again. The trooper stayed close, trying to figure out what she was doing. At that point, it wasn't even clear why she was fleeing, or what exactly she wanted.
Going on 213 south. Slowing back to the shoulder again, right here, 213 south. Stop! Stop right now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Lay flat on your chest. Lay flat on your chest, your stomach. Do it now. Prone out. Prone your hands out right now. Steve, I've got a dog out in the vehicle as well. Hold on.
The woman eventually pulled over, and for a moment it looked like she was ready to surrender. But just as Trooper approached, she decided to prove everyone wrong.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Don't put it in drive. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out of the car. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground right now. Do not. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Turn around. My God. Go this way. Stop moving.
Oh my God! Oh God, help me! Help me! I can't get my dog! You get my dog in the truck!
But she's telling me, I just want to get her checked out. Just make sure she's going to be clear.
Help! Somebody help me!
Inside her vehicle, officers found marijuana residue, a grinder, multiple prescription meds, suspected cocaine, and a half-empty bottle of Jack Daniels. She became erratic in the patrol car, screaming and thrashing around. Medics cleared her for transport, and troopers believed she was under the influence. She was taken to jail and charged with fleeing, reckless driving, DUI, open container, and several traffic violations. In this video, you'll get a glimpse into a day in the life of a New Mexico State police trooper. It all started with a call about a stolen vehicle hauling a camper trailer. After about 20 minutes of searching, troopers spotted the suspect. What followed was a wild pursuit.
Traveling south on East Frontage Road.
Channel. Previous video that played out of 452 Williams, Charles Roberts, for Dr. Williams, Charles Roberts. Straight turns to Silver 2010 Chevy, to Lorenzo Martinez of Venezuela. I believe that.
The chase escalated fast. Within minutes, the suspect slammed into two vehicles while hauling the trailer and swerved all over the road, making it nearly impossible for troopers to safely execute a pit maneuver. Just one thing's for sure, it was shaping up to be a long day at the office for these troopers.
Also notified a supervisor at 80 tried running head on this dude on right off Spine Road 88. Hey, then I'm getting on 88 now, pull up. And we'll be right by you guys.
Lieutenant. 76 from Riverside. We have
746 from District 21.
I'm shooting the test strips.
With the suspect barreling straight toward oncoming traffic and no safe opportunity to stop him in this area, the trooper knew he needed backup. Realizing the danger, he called in assistance, even if it was still miles away.
4003 right now.
After the trailer detached, the suspect picked up speed and vanished from sight. Troopers searched the area for over 30 minutes, but he was nowhere to be found. With no visual and no leads, the chase was called off. This time, the suspect got away.
District 1.
On June 20th, 2024, Milwaukee police officers attempted to stop a vehicle. The vehicle was connected to an armed robbery carjacking, as well as an attempted armed robbery carjacking. What started as a routine traffic stop soon spiraled into one of the most tragic police chases Milwaukee police officers had ever been involved in. Let's take a closer look at how this pursuit unfolded from the very beginning.
See that white Chevy Trax? Go ahead and patch us with the sheriffs and patch us with D5 right away, please. 3233 in pursuit of a white Chevy Trax. Goes to the car, continuing northbound. White van hit on the freeway. Notify the sheriffs. The occupancy. It's a white Chevy Trax, no plates, occupied 4 times. Wanted for an armed robbery out of District 1. Continuing northbound. Northbound on 43, crossing North Avenue. Speeds are 79. Traffic is moderate. Tracks taking an armed robbery carjacking out of District 1, occupied at least 4 times. Getting stuck in traffic. We're just south of the Locust exit here. Make sure we're patched with 5. Alright, we're exiting Locust here from, nope. Continuing, 43 northbound, passing Locust. White Chevy Trax, no plates, wanted for armed robbery carjacking out of District 1.
Despite the heavy traffic, the suspect managed to find a way to keep fleeing. During the pursuit, the suspect collided with another vehicle. One of the officers involved in the chase quickly stopped to check on the driver of the other car, thankfully confirming that they were not injured. However, the suspect wasn't slowing down, and the chase continued with even more intensity.
Quarter mile from Keith. White Chevy Trax, no plates, occupied 4 times, wanted for an armed robbery carjacking, District 1. Continuing northbound, 43 north, passing Keith. White Chevy Trax, no plates, occupied 4 times, wanted for an armed robbery carjacking out of District 1. Speeds are 70. Traffic currently light. Road conditions are dry. Alright, continuing northbound, passing Keith.
As the suspect entered the construction lane, they found themselves blocked by ongoing roadwork and a cement truck.
Stop the vehicle!
An 18-year-old woman and a 17-year-old boy were seriously injured by gunshot wounds. Tragically, the woman was pregnant, and her baby did not survive. The 4 other suspects sustained minor injuries. Now facing serious charges, the suspects face long sentences if convicted. Calvion Jeans has been charged with multiple counts, including attempted armed robbery, reckless endangerment, and possession of a firearm by an adjudicated delinquent. He could be sentenced to up to 114 years in prison and fined up to $290,000. Ashley Patterson and Tyrone Rogers, both facing similar charges, could be sentenced to up to 60 years and fined up to $160,000. Samira Dean also faces several charges with the potential for a 72-year sentence and up to $180,000 in fines. On February 24, 2025, troopers were dispatched after multiple reports of a white pickup truck weaving across lanes at high speeds, already involved in several collisions. When troopers finally spotted the vehicle and activated their lights and sirens, the driver didn't slow down. He hit the gas, and just like that, the pursuit was on. With traffic growing heavier, the chase became even more intense. The suspect found his way out by recklessly driving along the shoulder, dodging vehicles left and right. Meanwhile, the trooper had to skillfully navigate through the congested lanes, doing everything possible to keep up with the fleeing truck. The suspect made a sudden turn into a residential area, weaving through the neighborhood streets in a frantic attempt to lose the trooper. But this wasn't the trooper's first chase. Instead of following directly, he took a smarter route, predicting the suspect's path and circling around to cut him off. The suspect's vehicle was finally stopped, but he wasn't ready to give up just yet. He jumped out and took off on foot, sprinting through front yards and alleyways, but his run didn't last long. Troopers were right behind him and quickly caught up, tackling him just a few blocks away. He was taken into custody without further incident, bringing this wild and reckless chase to an end.